I'm going to show you guys how to make your videos go from this to this. I like to create video walkthroughs for my clients. I like to create social media posts, and I like to create videos for you guys here on YouTube. So I just wanted to walk through the lighting setup that I use when I'm creating videos, just talking head style videos like this from my home office. So the first light that we use, and everyone needs one of these, is called your key light. And I have my key light right here. I use the Amaran 100X. They also have the 100D. Amaran is like the budget version of the Aputure brand. So those of you guys who are familiar with Aputure, just know that this is the budget version of that. You got to remember, you know, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not actually a videographer. I don't need to buy the top of the line key light. However, I think that this one works great. And from what I can understand, this is pretty much the same as the Aputure 120D. Pretty much the only differences that I could find is it doesn't come with a case. The build is plastic, so it's not as durable of a light, but I just use it in my house, so I'm not moving it, so it doesn't matter. And then it doesn't take a battery of any sort. I have to physically plug it into my wall. But then again, like I said before, I'm not actually moving it around, so I do not think that that's that big of a deal. So let me show you guys really quick what this scene would look like if I didn't have this key light on. So as you can see, the key light is basically like my main light. I like to have this at about a 45-degree angle, this slightly above my face. As you can see, it's a very soft light. So that brings me to my next point. We also need a softbox for your key light. And what I'm using is the Aputure Light Dome Mini. The reason why I use the mini version is because I don't have a very big office here. It's a very small area, and I want to make sure that I can fit it in here comfortably. I do sometimes move this light downstairs and upstairs, sometimes out to my living room, because I am shooting in different areas of my house. It's very easy to move because it's not too large and bulky, and also it's small enough to where if I just wanted to leave it in here, I just flip it around and then I just continue to do my day-to-day here at my desk. Okay, so the second light that I use is called your fill light, and I put that over here opposite from my key light, and the purpose of that is to light the side of my face that is not being lit by the key light. So I'm going to shut the fill light off so you guys can see what it looks like when I don't have the fill light on. So no fill light now. As you can see, this is still a very soft, nice light. However, there is some harsh shadows coming from this side of my face. So what I like to use for a fill light, I'll just take it off right now, is just the Aputure MC. And here, this thing is full RGB, can change colors. This is probably the most versatile light that a person can have. So as a real estate agent, I think these things come in handy because you can bring them on the go to your office or whatever. And then what I do is I just have, I don't know if you can see it, but I just have a strip of Velcro, and then all I do is I Velcro it onto my wall right here so that it is just able to just light this side of my face. So the third light that we should all have, if we're really trying to set this thing up to look like a properly lit office, is the hair light. Okay, so the hair light, as you can tell, is just kind of just barely shining here on my hair. The purpose of this is to separate me from my background. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this hair light off so you can kind of see what the difference would be. So you can see here without the hair light on, it does make the room a little bit darker, and it does take away that separation that I have between myself and the background. Now, the hair light that I use is the Amaran 60X. It's basically like the little sister of this Amaran 100X, and of course they also have the 60D, which is just pure daylight. The X can go from warm to cool. Same thing with this 100X, it can go from warm to cool, whereas the 100D is just a daylight light, so it doesn't actually change colors. I don't even know why I opted to get the 100X and the 60X instead of the 60D and the 100D, because I really don't ever turn these lights anything but daylight anyways, but the price was pretty close, and I just wanted to make sure that I had that little bit of extra versatility should I ever need it in the future. Now the 60X that I use for my hair light, I actually have it mounted to the wall behind me. You can't see the mount, but it is right here just out of frame. That way when I'm done using the light, all I have to do is turn it off, tuck it back, and it is sitting pretty much like right behind this door, so it's just completely out of the way, which I think is fantastic. Another thing about the 60X is it can be operated using the NP Sony batteries, and so unlike the 100X, the 60X, you can actually just put batteries in there, and that's actually what I do, because that way I don't have to have a cord or anything like that dripping down and into the frame. And this is like a super powerful light. Honestly, you could probably just get 2 of these, and you could actually use one of these as your key light as well if you were in a small area like this. Now, this is what you like to call a 3-point lighting setup. So you have your key light, you have your fill light, and you have your hair light, and that's pretty much all you need to create a pretty good looking video. Now, I also like to sprinkle in a few other lights. In this particular video that I'm shooting right now, I'm just using one light here in the back as a practical light, and I know that that is actually a lamp. However, I am not actually using a light bulb in there. Many of you guys know, if you've tried to shoot a video using a camera and you just use like a typical light bulb, like a Philips Hue light bulb or something like that, it'll cause a little bit of a flicker, and you have to reduce the frame rate in your camera in order to remove that flicker, and then the video doesn't look as good. And so, hey, I decided I wanted to have a high quality light back there so I didn't have to worry about the flickering. So what I did was I got another one of these Aputure MCs, and in addition to the Velcro that's taped to the back of this one, you can see here there's a magnet as well. And so all I do here is I take the magnet and I stick it in there where the light bulb would typically be. And actually there's a light bulb in there too, because I actually use that lamp. It's a functional lamp. And I just stick it in there and then I turn it on. That brings me to my next point here. The reason why I use all of the same brand lights is because of the Sidus Link app. You can control all of the lights on your phone with the touch of a button. As you can see here, one click and I can turn them all off. One click, I can turn them all on. All right guys, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about any of these lights or the mount that I referenced, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. Go ahead and subscribe and like the video and do all the things. I would really appreciate it. I will see you guys on my next one.